sound design took forever on this movie because all the outdoor stuff I shot on my own without a sound crew or anything. So everything you hear is all done in post-production. All of it's dubbed in, like the birds, the footsteps, the wind blowing, and it could take like 3 to 4 hours just to sync up 10 seconds of footsteps in the scene. So I literally had to, like the basketball scene, none of that sound was captured on set. That was all fake sound. And we've got the ball bouncing, the shoes scraping on the ground. And you have to research the sounds extensively because different types of shoes sound different. And it takes a lot of research. And that probably took me like 3 weeks just to get that synced up. But yeah, it's very easy to watch a movie and it goes by so quick. This took like 2 years of work, but it's over in like 1 hour. So it's definitely a lot of work to go through.
But I think that the post-production is so similar to writing. I mean, in editing, I would say that like writing, a true piece of writing that you really work on is probably 60% editing, right? And it's crafting and moving and shaping. And so I think, all art forms are the same thing. It gets a life of its own, but it's not always what you originally intended, and you have to be okay with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the story itself changed as I was going through the editing. Like the scene where you talk about the orange juice, that part that originally went at the beginning of the movie. It was part of that classroom lecture, but I felt like it was running on a little bit too long. I wanted a way to break it up, so I chopped that scene out and put it later in the film.
Oh, is that so why the wardrobe might be wrong?
Well, that little wardrobe is the same, but it doesn't look like they're wearing the same clothes on every day. But I think it really helped the pacing of the movie.
Yeah.
But it's interesting, you take like scenes and you can just tell them in a different order, and it changes the experience a little bit.
I know a lot of people in this room shoot videos and post some videos, and I'm curious if you have any tips for them as they're thinking about trying to communicate a story through video and sound.
Well, my biggest tip is to just keep creating and actually get out and do it, because what you could do is you could write a lot and you could study film for a long time, but then once you actually get out and start shooting something, it feels completely different from what you've been reading. And I luckily went to a film school that was very hands-on, and right in the first semester I was making my own short film. And there's a lot of schools, you don't start filming your own stuff until like you're a junior or a senior. And my advice is to just get out and start doing it yourself, because that's the only way that you really learn. And you only learn from mistakes. There's so much stuff that I learned from this movie, so many mistakes that I made that I won't make in the future. And the only reason was because I got out and did it.
I love that.
You can only prepare yourself so much.
That takes such courage, but I think creatively you have no choice. You just do it, and then you shape it as best you can, right? That's such a great statement.
I could have sat on the story for a few years and tried to get real funding for it and tried to get an actual crew, but I decided to just go for it. And I think we did the best we possibly could have done with our resources.
Yeah, I thought I was going to hate it. I gotta be honest with you. I was like really not wanting to watch it.
It evolved from the first rough cut, because like the very first draft of the edit is unwatchable. It's terrible, and it went through like at least half a dozen passes. And before you put all the sound design in, you put all the color correction and color grading on top of it. It really makes a difference by the end.